Are we though? Are we though?
We're back. The boys are back. No, we're not. It's like a 30-second delay. Yeah, there is.
Okay. All right, we're back.
The boys are back. It's like a 30-second delay. Yeah, there is.
Okay. All right, we're back. Cool. All right. So we were just talking about
Let's do it
Starlink,
from the beginning.
but-
Do it from the beginning again.
we just watch it. We just watch it over. Now we'll start from here.
Technology for emergency services. It can also help save lives.
So what is Starlink? Starlink is the world's largest and most advanced satellite constellation. We're now operating nearly 10,000 satellites in low Earth orbit, providing hundreds of terabits of capacity for broadband services nearly everywhere in the world. Starlink is enabled with innovations like our advanced phased arrays, efficient use of spectrum, and our highly performant lasers that create a mesh of connectivity that literally encircles the globe. In the 5 years since we've been offering Starlink service, we've connected millions of people with highly reliable, high-performing connectivity. And we just actually
This guy, why does he like seem nervous on stage? Oh, he's not used to it, bro.
reached our 10 million, we just actually crossed 10 million subscribers, but we're not stopping there.
10
in
million subscribers.
2024
See, that's numbers right there. There's numbers to crunch right there, all right?
Like, how much is a
10 million
subscription?
subscribers. 10 million times, I think it's like
$100
$150 per subscription.
per month?
That's $1.5 billion, guys, that they're
Wow.
making a month. Okay, that's not a year, that's a month.
Mhm.
Times $18 billion a year company right there,
So,
guys.
so does this mean that like does it have its partner stocks, right? Like to get the satellites up there and everything, you would buy into those stocks, right? To get those Starlinks up, right?
So
So if they go up, then the other ones will go up too, right?
it's hard to say that right now because there's not enough information about
Mhm.
that. And this is not like a huge thing yet, like
Yeah.
where the demand is huge compared to like AI stuff. But there is news about SpaceX going public during like May to June. So
Oh,
that's
so,
gonna be a huge thing.
So it's a good time to buy
Um,
in when it comes out,
Yeah. So that's gonna be a huge rally when it does come out.
right?
But for the most people for the most part, most people that are gonna make the most amounts of money are gonna be the private investors.
Mhm.
So the people who are already like bought in
it,
with
yeah.
huge amounts of fucking millions of dollars of cash already,
Right.
you know.
So
So
Is-
for the average
Starlinks?
trader, it's not gonna be that great, but it's still gonna be good. Okay.
so for Starlinks, right? Is everything made in house, like from satellites to launching it up there? Is it all in house, or they're like working with other companies?
majority in house. That's how like Elon loves his companies. He loves it
Mhm.
vertically integrated, which is basically they build everything in house.
So it's-
From
so
the
it's very hard.
solar to the chips to the satellites
Mhm.
to the rockets that are lifting it up.
So
Okay.
it's very hard to buy from like companies that's manufacturing the satellites, but instead we should be buying from the companies that are like resourcing him, or
So
is that in house also?
a good play that you could make that you could probably benefit off of in here is like stocks that are related to companies like SpaceX. So SpaceX is basically going to build up that hype, right?
Right.
So there's a huge hype cycle around SpaceX,
Okay.
and there's going to be a lot of small players that aren't doing as well,
Mhm.
but will get like
Or they get
will
pulled in
do
with it?
well like because of the fact that everybody thinks like this whole sector is going to go up, you know?
All right.
So for example, it's like Bitcoin. When Bitcoin went up, Ethereum started to go up, even though Ethereum wasn't shit compared to Bitcoin, you know?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, people started minting random ass coins, and then we ended up with Dogecoin,
And then meme
you know?
coin.
And then all these meme coin shit, you know? Just because Bitcoin was the massive rally that and then everybody else wants to cash in on the other smaller players, you know?
Right. So it just takes one player to go
Yeah,
up.
it just takes one player to go up, the actual and most important player,
Mhm.
and then everybody else is just gonna try to trail behind and and
And try to reap as much money as possible.
yeah, and try to reap the most money out of it. But mostly it's because like retard traders just like to like get in there
Mhm.
and
they like to
take
rug pull and
advantage of
shit like
it
that?
and rug pull all that shit, you know. But it's definitely gonna be easy money. So for example, like Starlink, right?
Yeah.
Huge competitor of them would be ASTS.
What's
Okay.
ASTS?
So ASTS, they basically have a similar strategy where like it's for internet connectivity, but their main thing is like they are internet connectivity for your phone specifically. Okay.
Oh.
So you can have internet to direct to cell. It's called direct to cell.
Mhm.
So compared to like Starlink, right, which you need like the dish satellite that you have to carry around
Right.
to receive a signal, and then you connect to that satellite, right?
Right.
So it's like satellite in space, okay, to your dish satellite on Earth,
Mhm.
and then from your dish satellite on Earth to your phone, okay? So
Mm.
then that's how you get internet like that, okay? Whereas
So it's like a 3 steps.
ASTS is like the satellite up here,
Mhm.
okay, but then it goes directly to your phone, okay?
Okay, so it's a one-way thing. Not
It's a
like,
one-way
not like a
thing.
multiple way.
But the thing with this that SpaceX is like unveiling right now, okay, is that they are unveiling that they're going to direct to cell with their next gen satellites. So we're gonna like just keep watching because this is probably what they're gonna say.
Would that mean that everything would be cheaper then if they're doing a direct to cell?
I wouldn't say. What do you mean cheaper?
Like there's less steps now, so that mean wouldn't it be cheaper? Like direct to cell, right? Because like ASTS is direct to cell, like the satellite dish to your phone. But then for space or for Starlinks, it's from like, the satellite dish in space. It shoots down to like a dish down here, and then which goes to your phone. But if they do a direct dish to cell, that's just like a one step thing, right?
So you kind of gotta look at it like, how are you getting internet? Okay, like what are the physical limitations? Okay,
Right.
so for example, it's like your phone is like a tiny piece of shit. Okay,
Okay.
like it's like fucking 4 to 5 inches long. Okay,
Mm.
so then you have to imagine how
pretty
big
long.
is that antenna? Okay,
Mhm.
how big is that antenna on that phone?
Mm.
Okay, and it has to beam all the way from outer fucking space. Okay, that's like
Right.
miles and miles away.
Mhm.
Okay, so your phone isn't strong enough to carry a strong signal
Right.
compared to like a dish, right? So then that's what we have, or SpaceX has the dish,
Mhm.
where like it's a big fucking antenna basically
Yeah.
that is able to grab a lot of signal.
Mhm.
So then your phone can run at high speeds. Okay,
Okay.
so it's like I think it's like it's said to go like 400 megabytes per second or some shit,
Mm.
which is really fucking fast if you know.
Yes.
If you're a gamer, you know that shit.
Yeah,
like
so they're trying to make it stronger, so they can get rid of the dish down here, where it just the only dish they need is up there, right? Is that the point of this?
So with them implementing direct to cell, it's mainly for people who are like traveling and they need like, because you can't use Starlink in your house. Like let's just
Right.
be honest. You need a connectivity to the sky. Okay. You
Right.
need a view to the sky to even get connection. Okay.
Okay.
So it's for the travelers mostly. That's why like
Mm.
ASTS is like trying to go towards that market, but it's not gonna be for the common man like us. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you have to imagine like how many people are outside using internet all day long.
Okay.
Like how many people are actually like walking and using the internet?
Everyone.
You know, no. Everybody's using their internet either in their home or in a Starbucks or in some type of building. Okay, that's how it's always been.
Right. Okay. I know. I got mixed up with cell leader. But yeah,
So-
keep going.
Yeah, but then that's like what it is. So then that's why SpaceX went to the route of like, okay, how can we get internet into people's homes and businesses and RVs and airplanes, but it doesn't have to be directly to their cell phone, okay? Because if you do it directly to the cell phone, because of how many people are actually like have their phone open to the sky, you know,
Right.
it's very unlikely, okay? So then that's why they went that route. But then they saw how much how much hype ASTS is getting, so then they're trying to copy that into direct to cell. No, I'm kidding, but it's because T-Mobile and all these other people want it. So then that's why they're just doing it because their customers want it, which is the big corporations. Okay, because T-Mobile wants it out of just safety for their clients or their consumers. So for example, if you have T-Mobile, right, and you get stranded in the middle of a fucking forest, right?
Right.
You're not gonna have fucking internet when you're in the middle of a fucking forest.
And that's why you have
But
Starlinks.
if you have T-Mobile, which is funding the Starlink satellite signal to your phone, so you can call SOS if you ever get lost. This is not a T-Mobile sponsorship, by the way, which they should sponsor us, but that's
Wait,
that's
wouldn't that
basically
mean,
what
wouldn't
they're
that mean
doing.
that my monthly bill is going up?
Most likely. Good luck.
Wow.
Or we began launching our direct-to-cell constellation, which
Hey, T-Mobile sponsor us though.
as of today, we're
I've been
calling
with you for 10
Starlink
years.
Mobile. The goal of Starlink Mobile is to connect to regular unmodified cell phones everywhere in the world.
See, he's talking about just connecting straight to cell
Yeah,
phones, like
yeah.
I said he was going to talk about.
At the time that we started the direct-to-cell program in 2024, 20% of the land area and 20% of the land area in the US and 90% of the Earth's surface was uncovered by terrestrial mobile connectivity. Starlink Mobile fills in those gaps. Now, after 18 months, we fully deployed the first generation Starlink mobile constellation consisting of 650 satellites.
Wow.
And we are now
650
operating
satellites.
across 5 continents and are the largest 4G coverage provider by geographic area in the world. We've actually connected over 16 million unique users across the constellation and are connecting 10 million active users on a monthly basis. We expect that number to exceed 25 million by the end of 2026. The Starlink mobile constellation
25 million?
Works by connecting over lasers to the broader Starlink constellation, which means we can connect to devices wherever they are in the world. The constellation flies lower than any other satellite constellation at 350 kilometers. That's to optimize the link from the satellite to the user device, as well as for space safety. Back in 2024, when we started, we launched the first satellite. A few days later, the Starlink team was connecting over the satellite and texting using unmodified cell phones. A few months later, we had demonstrated video calls. Here's a video showing what the service looks and feels like today.
We're here today in the Eastern Sierras doing a demonstration of the Starlink mobile service. The place we're currently at is in a cell phone dead zone, so without Starlink mobile, you would be unable to connect to your phone. You'd be truly isolated if anything happened. So we're going to today do a couple.
Let's be honest, humans were nomads for the longest times. He's not risking anything.
Demos here with a unmodified cell phone here that's connected to the Starlink satellites overhead. The first thing I want to do here is open up Grok. I'm going to take a photo of where we are, and then we're going to ask Grok, where are we? And it's searching the web for the image, and it says, hey, it looks like...
Honestly, the best thing he can do is just like do a speed test.
Honestly, yeah,
that's what people want to see, bro.
You are in Alabama Hills in California, just outside Lone Pine. This is exactly right. It's an incredibly cool capability. The next thing we're going to do, I have one of my colleagues up in Seattle, Daniel, who I'm going to click on and give a video call. Hey, Daniel, how you doing today?
Hey, Chad, good to see you.
This is amazing. So we're here talking to Daniel.
Which is crazy because then now there's no like big dish satellite you have to carry around. They're literally just straight to his phone.
It's all in the sky, man.
So it is great a technology, but then how many people are actually gonna go travel like this dude? Okay,
they're
not many people. Most people are gonna stay their ass at home and fucking live in their luxurious apartment.
Exactly.
Well, he's connected to a terrestrial network.
You said this is like $150 per month too?
It's around there. It could go up depending on like your plans and stuff.
We're just here in a terrestrial
Wouldn't this be better for you to get then? Because if you have a family of 4, right? You know, T-Mobile, it costs like $25 per line. Can't you use Starlink instead?
This is why do you think T-Mobile is trying to team up with SpaceX? They don't want to die out.
Talking over direct to cell.
Daniel, you want to say something to the camera? Hey, everybody.
Good to see you from space down to Earth.
And back again. Oh, my goodness. Well,
How is this? Can you believe it's working?
I guess we can believe it's working. We built it.
Yeah, we built it, and it works. And it's great to see that you're out there enjoying yourself.
Yes, it's good times.
Right now.
All right, talk to you later.
Have a good day.
Cheers.
Bye, Chad.
All right, so that was a video call. Again, we're in a dead zone. We just had direct-to-cell service. We're called Daniel up in Seattle. Insane.
So watching movies is great, but this capability can provide life-saving connectivity. Last year in Los Angeles was devastated by wildfires. Starlink worked, along with our mobile network operators, to activate our direct-to-cell capability, Starlink Mobile, and over 400,000 people connected in that terrible time.
So the crazy thing is like SpaceX has now merged with XAI. So Twitter belongs to SpaceX now too.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing, like they merged everything together, like Starlink, SpaceX, and Grok, and then XAI. Basically, they just merged it into one big company, AI company now. So a lot of things are gonna happen pretty soon.
We're about to go intergalactic.
But majority reason that they're all like colliding together now is because they want to build space data centers, which is the huge next frontier for AI.
Yeah. We sent over 250,000 SMS messages and over 150 wireless emergency alerts. So this technology is not just for reaching our mobile apps and our videos, but it is also necessary for great enhancement for life-saving capabilities. We serve the people of Japan after the Kamchatka earthquake in late July, and again with the Amori earthquake in December.
So they helped a lot of people. Like even during the Ukraine war, they gave Ukraine like free internet basically, so then they can communicate with their people in the war and whatever's going on, you know? So SpaceX is doing like life-saving work, guys.
Land-based, terrestrial-based connectivity often is the first.
Just to collect data though, right? At the end of the day?
Well, partially, but then during war, it's like Elon's actually genuinely probably trying to help them too, you know?
Hit when there is a disaster.
Because because there's no point in like letting lives just die for no reason when they can have information leave the area and go to safety, you know?
Right.
You know, so then it's
the
helping.
Satellite-based capability is a great augmentation for day-to-day, but a critical element of emergency services. There's over 4.4 million people who have connected to Starlink mobiles during disasters, Starlink Mobile during emergencies and disasters. So we've already enabled wireless emergency, just chatted about that, in the US, Canada, and Japan with support of our partner operator.
Starlink Mobile. Hey, T-Mobile, you better watch out, my guy.
They're after you.
We are just starting to leverage our broader 2 gigahertz spectrum for emergency services and emergency alerts in Europe. I think it's critically important here in Europe because you're so well connected terrestrially. You have very few white zones compared to the United States. We're full of white zones in the United States. But during those emergency times, that's when the terrestrial network is quite vulnerable. We have a test license actually to test this emergency alert system. And if you want to try it, here in Barcelona, we have a test license. And if you want to try it, please come to our booth between hall 3 and hall 5. It's hard to miss where the food trucks are. It smells like hamburgers. And give it a shot. See that emergency service work. So, and a special emergency to talk about here, ongoing emergency and crisis, is what's happening in Ukraine. We've provided Starlink
Of course.
in Ukraine since the beginning of the conflict. But very recently, we signed a partnership with Keystar to help those that do not have access to the Starlink, or the broadband capability, and they're connecting people directly from our satellites to their mobile phones. We've been in service for about 2 months. We've over 3 million customers subscribed, and we've sent over 1.2 million SMS messages.
Wow.
We're pleased to be able to support the Ukrainians in both these ways with broadband as well as the direct-to-mobile, or the Starlink mobile
You better be charging them, Elon.
connectivity. And we're especially pleased with our relationship with the Ukrainian government to help them during this very difficult time. So let's look at the coverage map for Starlink Mobile. We're in 32 countries. We have 35 partners.
Ukraine is low-key smart for that, because then now they're in such a good position, because then now they have like direct access to Elon, low-key.
Yeah.
So they're gonna get a lot of favors from him, or like he's gonna favor them because he's helped them, but then they're gonna favor him because his technology is so good. And then basically, like, Ukraine is probably gonna do really well in the future if they supersede this war, because Elon's probably gonna help them advance like crazy, especially because now they're so connectedly tied together, you know?
Right.
Telecom operator partners in 6 of the 7 continents. We started, as Mike mentioned earlier, with just text messages, but now we go from text messages, light data, a little more data. We're doing voice and video calls now. The service works with your existing LTE phones whenever you're outside. We have 16 million total users connected with 10 million monthly active users. We're working with device manufacturers to improve your experience
Users actually a lot.
with our current generation. Mike will talk a little bit about the next generation. And so now you can get WhatsApp on Starlink Mobile. You can talk through Signal. You can get X feeds and the other applications that are available. And we will continue to work with the cell
W advertisement.
phone
Gotta
provider.
throw that shit in there.
With our partners who we basically leverage their spectrum with the Gen 1 system to make your experience even better. So I mentioned we have 35 global partners. T-Mobile was the first.
Eventually you can access Starlinks inside your house, right? You don't need to be outside no more for the satellite, because it'll be like the connection will be so strong, it will just like shoot to your house, like through your house.
No, I don't think it works like that. The most likely
with
thing,
LTE right now, right?
the most likely thing to happen is either you're gonna get cell towers, and then the satellite's gonna beam towards the cell towers, and the cell tower is gonna disperse the internet, you know,
Right.
and you connect through that way. That's probably gonna be the fastest way.
So that's where
Versus
the
like
partnership comes in.
direct to cell, you literally need a view to the sky.
In
So
the
this is
United
where like the partnership with T-Mobile comes in.
States,
They wouldn't even need T-Mobile. They could probably do that on their own, honestly, because they're already like printing so much.
Right.
And Elon's a fucking, look at his net worth, bro. Jesus.
actually
He's gonna
our
buy
only
out T-Mobile.
He can literally take another loan and just do it all himself.
partner in the United States. They were the first to sign on, and we've had a great partnership since then. We work with Rogers in Canada. We're about ready to announce a new operator in Mexico. We're with Intel in Chile, a new operator in Costa Rica. By the way, this is a big week for announcing new deals. So you'll hear more later today. Huge.
Elon tends to not like to work with other companies is because other like big companies and corporations tend to move really slow. Okay. So like they need this person to accept the deal, to accept this, to confirm this, to do that, to write the law for this, to make sure this is okay to do. It's like 1,000 fucking steps to get one thing done. So for him, he'd rather just build a brand new team with people who like to move fast, engineer fast, and get shit fucking done right away, then and there. Okay. So the most important players. Everybody else just fucking noise to him.
Today at 2 o'clock, you'll hear. In Oceania, we are working with Telstra. They've been an incredible partner. New Zealand, One New Zealand is our partner in New Zealand. If you guys haven't seen their Starlink Mobile video, it's about the zombie apocalypse. It's hilarious. I think it's the best video so far that has Starlink Mobile in it. We're in the Philippines, Japan, KDDI. We actually cover almost the entire population of Japan with Starlink Mobile. KDDI was our first telco partner there, and they've been extraordinarily leaning in. We're in the Philippines, we're in Mongolia, we're in Kazakhstan, Switzerland, SALT, UK, VMO2 recently announced. Ukraine, I talked about Keystar, in Spain. Moss Orange. And in Africa, Airtel is a partner, a very critical partner for us in Africa.
I read about to get Starlink too.
And we'll be lighting up 14 countries there, which we are quite proud to talk about having a service capable and helpful for the African
If they can afford it.
people.
So now we're excited to tell you about what's next for Starlink Mobile. The first generation
Isn't the oil coming from Iran and stuff like that? Like that's where they produce
Mobile
mainly oil.
constellation.
So this would be good for Elon then, right? Because Elon can make a deal with them, like trade oil for Starlink.
All right. They ain't got no more oil. The
They
extraction point got blown up.
was the first ever global direct-to-cell constellation capable of providing text and light data services nearly everywhere in the world, including voice and video calls like we just saw. The second generation constellation, which we'll tell you about here, will deliver broadband capabilities to unmodified cell phones, reaching hundreds of millions, potentially more devices as we scale the constellation. The goal of Starlink Mobile, which will be enabled by the second generation constellation, is to provide a terrestrial-like connectivity when you're connected to the satellite system. So in the right conditions, that's outside, when your phone's in your pocket, when you're in your car and you're connected to Starlink Mobile, it should look and feel like you're connected to a high-performing 5G terrestrial network. That kind of experience is what we're shooting for. How
What
it's
is
in
it
your pocket when you're in constellation is to provide a terrestrial-like connectivity when you're connected to the satellite system. So in the right conditions, that's outside, when your phone's in your pocket, when you're in your car and you're connected to Starlink Mobile, it should look and feel like you're connected to a high-performing 5G terrestrial.
Oh, so they're trying to make with the new satellites Basically, it can go through your car, basically, which is like a lot better. Okay, but if you're talking about like you're living in an apartment, bro, that shit is not going through. It's not coming through the fucking roof. Okay, let's just be honest.
Terrestrial network, that kind of experience is what we're shooting for.
Unless
Being
you're
able to tell you
in
about the
some shit, you know?
satellite and the constellation, but a key factor is the spectrum we're going to use. So our plan is to utilize globally harmonized S-band satellite spectrum. Last year, we acquired S-band spectrum rights in the US, and we'll be able to use that S-band spectrum globally. It has priority IT rights, which will allow us to scale the constellation globally, subject to regulatory approvals, and offer a consistent level.
So what he's talking about, okay? So he's talking about like buying bands, okay? Because there's only a certain amount of frequencies and bands that are actually available in the world, okay? So like whenever you turn on your radio, right? It's the same shit, okay?
Yeah,
it's like if you're seeing the 106.1 or whatever you're seeing, right? They have to buy that specific slot, okay? And it costs like millions of dollars, okay? So they bought the rights to their band basically. So then they're paying like a huge amounts for their band now, and they basically just acquired it. They're building satellites to spit out that band, that specific band, okay, that they're gonna use. But this is like the whole industry is basically buying and selling these bands, okay, and that's why like there's a huge like debate about Paramount. There's huge debates about Warner Bros. Like all of these like companies trying to like buy like each other up, you know? It's because they're trying to buy access to all these bands and stuff.
You know why these bands are so expensive?
Because there's only a limited amount of them. You can't just print bands in the world, okay?
Right.
It's like physics. It's physics. You can only buy so much physics, you know?
Right.
It's like that.
Full service everywhere we operate. We're also working closely with device manufacturers and motor manufacturers to enable service on as many devices as quickly as possible as soon as we launch. So when we launch, which is expected in mid-2027, we will be on most devices in the US. And as Wynn just talked about, we're already testing new capabilities utilizing the spectrum like the wireless emergency alerts that we're testing here in Barcelona today. Next, we'll tell a little bit about how the satellite and the constellation work. So the most critical piece of delivering a high-quality user experience from a satellite to a cell phone is having a really high bandwidth link. On the second-generation satellite, we'll have 20 times the link performance of the first-generation satellite. We accomplished that.
Wow, so you see this?
Yeah.
Damn.
The coverage.
So the connectivity is going to be a lot stronger now.
With a large,
but it's also much bigger.
phased array antenna, 5 times the size of our first generation satellite, and 4 times the bandwidth per beam. So we use 20 by 20 megahertz beams, as well as new capabilities like MIMO on the satellite. We'll also be utilizing the 3GPP NR-NTN standard, 5G NR-NTN non-terrestrial network standard, which is specifically designed for the satellite to user links, and will enable improved experience, especially when users at the edge of a satellite beam, by something like a factor of 10. In ideal conditions, a user could expect to receive download speeds of up to 150 megabits per second, a truly broadband experience. And then the overall capacity of a satellite is actually also very critical. How many users can you support with this great experience? The second generation satellite will have nearly 100 times the data density of a V1 satellite. Again, we accomplished this with a much larger phased array, which means the smallest spot beam on the ground, and as well as 16 times the number of beams per satellite, and other advanced features. The overall satellite throughput will exceed 100 gigabits on download and 50 gigabits
100 gigabits speed. Oh shit.
It's on upload,
That's a
making
lot,
it comparable in
dude.
capacity to the Starlink broadband satellites for launching today. The satellite is critical, but delivering
Like 500 megabytes is already overkill. We're talking about 50 gigabytes. What?
But it's just shared though?
Most likely, but still, that's
a
crazy.
constellation that has global and contiguous coverage is just as important. So for that, enter SpaceX's new highly performant launch vehicle, Starship, fully reusable launch vehicle. So with Starship, we'll be able to deploy the constellation very quickly. We'll be able to launch more than 50 satellites on every launch, and we'll begin launching in mid-2027. With Starship, we'll be able to deploy the constellation very quickly. Our goal is to deploy a constellation capable of providing global and contiguous coverage within 6 months, and that's roughly 1,200 satellites. From there, we'll continue scaling the constellation to add
It's like pooping out a CD disc, you know, but on a much bigger scale.
Yeah.
capacity, much like we scale on the Starlink broadband system. This will allow us to offer data and voice services everywhere. We'll also
That
scale the
shit looks
constellation
so tiny,
to have truly global coverage, including the polar regions. This is incredibly important.
Yeah, this whole thing, this whole Starship right here,
Yeah.
that's bigger than the whole block in your whole your whole like your whole neighborhood.
Which
The
is
polar
crazy.
regions are some of the areas least covered by terrestrial networks, and where satellite can make a real difference. And finally, we'll fly the constellation low, like the first generation satellite at 350 kilometers. That's again to optimize the link between the satellite and the user and for space safety. What's our overall vision here? It's where Starlink Mobile is a key component of a hybrid network that includes terrestrial and satellite capabilities. Satellite is complementary to terrestrial networks. It cannot provide data density that terrestrial networks have, but it can augment terrestrial networks in the places where terrestrial networks cannot reach or when terrestrial networks need additional capacity. Already with Starlink broadband, we're connecting cell towers with gigabits of capacity for both primary and backup use case with our mobile partners. This is a capability that's scaling very significantly. With Starlink Mobile, we'll be utilizing our mid-band spectrum, connecting phones directly beyond the reach of terrestrial networks. And in addition, this network will have a significant amount of capacity that can be used to augment the terrestrial networks. For example, in Europe, we'll have terabits of capacity over the European continent. We can utilize that capacity to cover the regions where terrestrial networks cannot cover, top of mountains, in the ocean, that kind of thing. But then in addition, we have this amazing capacity that can be used when there's emergency situations, when cell towers go down, or when terrestrial networks need additional capacity dynamically, whether that's for sporting events or people gathering, that kind of thing. And overall, the system may even replace the need to deploy terrestrial networks in certain locations, in most rural locations.
So we're trying to close the connectivity gap, first with Starlink broadband to homes and other platforms, and now directly to mobile devices. The impact of this technology and the partnerships that we're forging across the globe will only increase to serve more and more humans, helping them have better lives, raise the level of their economy, and ultimately making a better world. We're excited to enable this vision, and we're extremely proud about the partnerships that we have forged with telcos across the globe. So we have a number of folks here at SpaceX. I already talked about our booth between halls 3 and 5 outside at the food court. Please come by the booth. We'd be happy to show you the emergency alert system, how that works, and how other connectivity solutions can reach you. And
How's the food?
Let's go to head to the food hall, guys.
Wait. So what is the new product then? Aside from just the new satellite, I guess.
That's just their new product. So it's just direct to cell with new satellites coming out with a much stronger satellites. That's basically it.
All right. As a finance maxer, how do we finance max from this?
Finance maxing this is gonna be impossible, guys, because
This private equity.
this is private equity. You ain't got enough money to even play in these ballpark yet, okay? But however, you could probably ride the wave of ASTS and other like small rocket companies that are on the market.
Right.
Whenever SpaceX goes up, because whenever the SpaceX comes out, there's just gonna be people who will flock to like the smaller stock to try to make a lot of money, to flip, to make a quick flip,
Right.
just like the Doge players from Bitcoin and ETH,
So should we like position ourselves now, or should we just wait until more information?
For me personally,
Yeah. As a finance maxer yourself.
I ain't looking at it yet. There's better positions, especially AI right now. There's huge positions in AI right now.
So there's no point of putting money in early.
Yeah.
If it is not going to do anything.
It'll do well, but there's just better positions you can play right now.
All right.
Since we last spoke, so much has developed in the Iran war, from the first U.S. casualties
production
to
went up.
American jail by the U.S. Most likely heard by now, Iran's
terrorists who have waged war.
is being confirmed that all of these pilots have survived. But here's the thing, whenever an F-15 or any military aircraft is shot
see
down,
Starlinks up
it is
there?
a very significant moment. Not only because, the modern F-15s are about 90
I mean, it got bombed recently, so
Damn.
billion dollars, but
stock
also
going up or what?
they were
Like, we
shot
investing more
down
in this
by
shit?
See, this is why you got to pay attention to these things, okay? Because these numbers right here, they got to replace it, guys. It's not like they could just get rid of an airplane and then it's gone forever.
Yeah.
They got to make a new one.
friendly fire. It was actually Kuwait's
What
missile
does that
defense
mean?
system. And
When you
another
make
crazy
a
point on
new
that, it was the U.S.
It means you buy more airplane stocks.
More.
that gave them that missile defense system. So it's all going off. Also, since this war is kicked off, the price of oil and gas has skyrocketed. Now, Qatar, who actually accounts for about 20% of the global supply of liquefied natural gas, they've had to pause production. And that is because an Iranian missile and drone hit some of their facilities. And then the same thing for Saudi. Actually, there was
Okay, so huge corporations that are in oil, right? It's like XOM, which is like Chevron,
Right.
or Exxon. Not why did I say Chevron? And then I forgot Chevron. C something.
See.
Okay, we're just gonna look up Chevron stock, okay, guys? Because I'm a retard right now. Honestly, I don't really pay attention to this stuff.
It's like very minor.
Yeah, the gains for me isn't really there. But however, hey, this is not bad. Okay, it's been going up 2-3%, 4% in the last, or 3 to 4% in the last week,
Yeah,
which is not bad.
It's very
Okay?
consistent.
It's high,
intercepted
it's not
missiles,
like
the
a hype
debris
cycle.
yeah,
fell
it's not a huge hype cycle or
into
anything.
one of their largest oil refineries and caused a huge fire. They had to temporarily halt production of oil as well. To make it worse, Iran is now shut down and also attacked ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the Strait of Hormuz, as you're probably already aware, is one of the most important shipping lanes for oil in the entire world. Meaning, all of this kind of taken into account on Monday when the markets finally reopened. They often start this kind of stuff when markets are closed on the weekend, just a little future tidbit. But oil prices have jumped and stock markets have dipped. Price for gas spiked sharply in a
All right, guys, make sure you guys go fill up your tanks right now, okay?
Before the
Because
gas price
the
goes
price
up.
of gas is about to fucking skyrocket. You're about to be paying fucking, if you're in California, you're gonna be paying like $8 a fucking barrel, okay? I don't get why Trump was like bragging about gas a gallon
It's
is
like
$1,
$1.90
as
now.
$1.90, whatever the fuck. Bitch, you just brought that shit back to $3 for us. Fuck.
At one point, it even peaked at 42% above the price it was on Friday. Crude oil also went up by about 13% and reached about $82 per barrel, which is the highest it's been in 14 months. This is on the first day, remember. Then we also got reports from Iran that the US hacked their national television feed as this was all going down and then broadcasted a speech from Trump. They even put Arab subtitles in there. Now, Trump made a direct statement to the people of Iran saying that the US is backing them and, quote, now is the time to unlock a glorious
Wait, he said the US hacked them? That's actually so cool.
feed as this was all have dipped. Price for gas spiked sharply and at one point even peaked at 42% above the price it was on Friday. Crude oil also went up by about 13% and reached about $82 per barrel, which is the highest it's been in 14 months. This is on the first day, remember. Then we also got reports from Iran that the US hacked their national television feed as this was all going down and then broadcasted a speech from Trump.
Telling you, we have the best fucking satellite, the best fucking technology. We hold the fucking battalion, okay?
Even
If
put
you're not in America, bro, what are you doing?
Arab subtitles in there. Now, Trump made a direct statement to the people of Iran saying that the US is backing them and, quote, now is the time to unlock a glorious future for the country. They also reportedly broadcasted a speech from Benjamin Netanyahu. And it's pretty crazy that the capabilities that the US and Israel have, they just hack their national television, play it to the max. That's wild. Also, we got some pretty insane visuals coming from the US where Iranians are celebrating.
Who is these baddies? Hold on. We got Iranian baddies. Hold on.
Finance Max.
Let me go bail them out.
In the streets of LA in support of Trump.
I'm a baby maxer too, guys. I'm not
And
just
obviously,
a finance maxer.
the death of the supreme leader. And then during a similar demonstration in Austin, Texas, a CBS reporter named Vinny, he is being praised after he seemingly refused to obey a text message from his superiors, which instructed him not to focus on the pro-Trump celebrations. And then, probably the most significant update of the weekend, the war is widening and fast. Now, what started as a conflict between three countries, the US, Israel, and Iran, has now dragged in a staggering 13 into the fallout. And by the time you're watching this, that number might even be higher. And today...
Damn, Iran just fucking... They just, like, whipped out all their fucking dicks and just nutted on everybody. Like holy shit.
It marked a major...
They're like, Israel and US, you want to nut on me? I'll nut on everybody else. I'll take everybody down with
because
me.
Iran struck UK military bases in Cyprus, meaning for the first time, this war has now officially touched European territory. Now, in response...
Is that when you have that one roast battle with your friend, and then you just throw shades at the other guy for some reason?
You lost the battle, so you just gotta take everybody down with you.
Once the UK has authorized the United States to use its bases to help destroy Iran's missile systems, and then as for Cyprus, because obviously this was on their island, a member of the European Parliament for Cyprus is now calling for a response. And that's not even the only major development today, because Lebanon, they've been the latest country to be dragged into this. After Hezbollah, which are obviously located in Lebanon, they launched strikes on Israel today in solidarity with Iran. Then, of course, there is NATO. We got their first remarks on this whole situation after their Secretary General. He called Iran a threat to Europe, Israel, and the wider region, saying Europe is now really stepping up after this weekend's operations. But then he was asked if NATO forces would get involved themselves, and he made it very clear. He said this is being led by the United States and Israel. So for now, NATO is staying out of this. It's also probably worth noting that at this point, all the way from, I don't know whether we want to say it's from Israel or Cyprus now, but all the way from Israel or Cyprus down to Pakistan and Afghanistan, that is just war zones. Like, that's 3,000 miles.
The amount of war that's been going on in these regions for years and years and years and years and years and years, it's gotta be a cultural thing at this point, guys.
To Pakistan and Afghanistan, that is just war zones. Like,
just nuke them all. Just nuke them all, dude.
Nah, but that's where the money's made, though.
3,000 miles of war zones. Because as we spoke about on Saturday's episode, Pakistan and Afghanistan, they've declared an open war. So
why is there war been going on there since I was born? Holy shit,
even before you were born.
Crazy. Anyway, this situation is developing so fast, which is why this video is...
At some point, you gotta start recognizing who the problem is and get rid of them.
Yeah.
Potentially with you on Monday and not Tuesday. I don't even know when I'm able to get this to you. But yeah, there's going to be a lot more updates on Thursday's episode or Wednesday, depending on how much things kick off. But yeah, for any breaking news, go follow me on Instagram or TikTok. But for now, moving on. Now, let's talk about this whole Jim Carrey situation, because this is
We're not going down this fucking rabbit hole.
So Cher, who was shot and killed by authorities at this went. Now, and he never slept with her. Up and then got out with a rifle and then continued with the attack. And we've also since learned that the shooter wore a t-shirt with an Iranian flag and Iran spelled out in green, white, and red across the front. He also apparently wore a sweatshirt which read "Property of Allah" on it, which is kind of why they're investigating this as a terrorism incident. But yeah, this is still being investigated. There's nothing confirmed. We don't know if it is or isn't officially yet, but of course, I'll give you guys an update when we know. Moving on. And then also just to wrap up the main news of the weekend, Bill Clinton, he testified. And as I promised you guys, I'll give you an update on how that went. Now, just like with his wife Hillary, the entire hearing had to be kept private, and we don't have any transcriptions yet. We don't have any video footage yet. Those things are still being worked through. I believe they will be released at some point to the public. But what we do know from the press that was in there is that just...
Bro's nervous. Like his wife, he denied any wrongdoing. Bill also apparently told Congress that he knew nothing and he did nothing wrong. He was asked about all of these photos with him, in the swimming pool, in a hot tub, what?
Well, he did nothing wrong. He was just there.
He's a man, okay?
He was just chilling in the jacuzzi, bro.
You gonna let a man do what a man's gotta do, okay? Come on, bro. Let the man fucking live, bro. Fuck.
I mean, he worked for it.
As well as these individuals' faces were redacted, and he reportedly said that he didn't know this woman in the hot tub, and he never slept with her.
Even if he did, though, like, what the fuck? She's not being trafficked, most likely. Actually, I don't know that, but still, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, guys. Fuck.
An iconic phrase in my head right now, Alex. You know what I'm talking about? I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Why didn't he just
he's a handsome, fucking rich man, and you think he's not gonna have a little fun?
He's gonna have a lot of fun in the world.
You brokies have done worse.
I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never.
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Mr. Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. Now, he did admit that he was on the plane. I mean, it's pretty hard not to admit. But then he said that he never would have flown on his plane if he had any inkling of what he was doing, referring to Epstein. He actually even went as far to say that he would have turned Epstein in himself if he knew. Now, the line of questioning went on for about 6 hours, similar to Hillary. But what's different about Bill than Clinton is that Bill never spoke to the press after. So
Is Epstein really a bad guy? Like, how much do we actually know, or is it all propaganda at the end of the day? Is he really a bad guy?
Aside from trafficking the little kids, is he really the bad guy?
Did he really though?
Or someone else did, and they're
or
blaming
they're
on him?
painting a picture of him doing that. How much do we actually know? How much do we actually know, or they're just feeding us this bullshit?
Yeah. And how much is AI generated?
we don't really have any official comments from him. According to James Comey, the Republican chairman, he said that Bill answered every question and was cooperative. But yeah, a full transcript of the entire hearing will be released in a few days. I do believe so. And that's going to be pretty interesting to see, read, and hear. But yeah.
You know what? He a G. He a G of a president, bro. I don't know nothing about the laws he made back then, but hey, I can tell the man was just trying to live, bro. We all just trying to live and survive, all right? All right, next subject. Now that was interesting though. No. Don't even get us started on the Fong files, guys.
What Fong file? I ain't got no file. I'm a brokey.
Don't even get us started on the Fong
My
files,
fundamental
guys.
view
We need to get started
is
on
that
the
AI
file.
has been on an exponential for the last 10 years.
Entropic.
And
Yeah,
as
entropic,
part of a sort of Moore's law for intelligence, and that we are now well advanced on that curve, and there are only a small number of years for AI models.
Audio.
So this huge thing with the Department of War, and then Trump calling out Anthropic because they calling them a national security risk.
Yeah.
Everything.
Didn't it get leaked though?
No, it didn't get leaked, but it's more on the side of like, they're a national security threat because they didn't want to. They had all these red lines, basically trying to protect humanity. But then, Trump is more on the side of like, oh, first off, you guys don't get to make the rules, okay? The U.S. Constitution makes the rules, okay? So then you guys don't even get to draw these red lines on us. We draw the lines on you guys, you know? So it's just a power play, you know? But then again, he also wanted to get rid of them because they have such a huge monopoly on the Department of War and the Pentagon's like systems and everything.
I watched a video on it.
So they're just trying to bring in a lot more AI companies to just like diversify safety-wise, you know?
Right.
There's not much we can go into on that other than that.
But how do we win? How can we win from that?
Amazon's
How can we finance mass for that? How do we finance mass for that?
a huge investor in Anthropic. You could look into that.
Okay, so we're shorting Amazon.
No, I wouldn't say that. AI is gonna win in the long run over it regardless. So I wouldn't.
All right.
Let's see. My boy Asmongold. Hey, Asmongold, let's collab, bro. Let's see if you got anything interesting going on. I love my boy Asmongold. He always got some crazy shit going on too. Make sure you guys check out his channel. Subscribe to him. He's a good guy. All right.
These thumbnail go
it's
crazy.
just more Iran shit, honestly. All I see is Iran shit.
What a fucking day. What a fucking crazy day.
It's most likely just the president talking about
Iran shit.
Iran shit.
The Austin shootout,
Yeah, honestly, I'm tired of the Iran shit, okay? I'm trying to make money, dude. I don't have time to watching fucking all this Iran shit all day. And I know you guys don't want to fucking sit here and watch Iran shit all day, okay? We're trying to like figure out, we're finance maxing over here. We're here to try to fucking find gaps in the market.
What is the next play?
Give us some good gaps in the market. All right, honestly, let's go to Twitter. Twitter always got some good shit. Did I just?
Yeah.
I said earlier, these AI models are trained on publicly available data, all the data on the internet. So if you look at ChatGPT or Anthropic, Grok, Llama, what have you, they're all trained on all of the data on the internet. In other words, publicly available data. But for these models to reach their peak value, you need to not train them not just on publicly available data, but you need to make privately owned data available to those models as well.
Okay, so basically what Ellison's saying here is like a lot of companies are gonna be training their data sets or using data sets based off of the internet, right? So everybody's gonna be using Google's data sets. Everybody's gonna use basically the same foundation of data, right? So whatever's just out there on the internet, like that's what most people are gonna train their data on. But the thing with that, it's like everything's gonna converge into the same thing, okay? Because then now everybody's training off the same data, and then once you don't have any more data, then all these LLMs or all these AI are gonna become the same shit. So it's like if Grok is training on the internet, Facebook Llama is training on the internet, Google Gemini is training on the same internet. All of them all basically have the same data sets, right? So the only way you can actually supersede another model is to train on a specific newly or not newly, but a specific data set that the other competitors don't have access to. So this is what he's talking about, like private whatever the fuck, right?
So this is where you buy up like private data from like random companies, right?
Yeah. So this is where companies, like a lot of AI companies, are most likely going to invest into private companies that hold a lot of fucking data, okay, on users and just a bunch of shit.
Content that people like or something.
Yeah, you're I would say normally, but what's it called? Because I was a YouTuber, right, and I made YouTube videos for so long, and that was something that I actually loved doing. I never started posting YouTube videos with the intention of I'm gonna make so much money and make a career off of this, and like this is what I'm gonna do for my life. I just did it because
I feel like that's how you have to perceive it, though. Like people always ask me for content advice, and I'm like, if you're in that shit for money, like I feel like you're off at a worse start than like just fucking with
coming into the space with the intention.
Of course, you have to find a love for it, okay? Because to find your own lane or whatever, right? Like what they're saying. So they're saying like you need to love being a content creator to even become a content creator, because you're not gonna stick it out long enough if you hate it, okay? But then again, it's like content has such a vast and wide amount of things you can do, just like in general, you know. So then there could be like finance you can get into, there could be gaming that you can get into. There's so many pockets and niches out there that honestly, it's like the internet is literally just life at this point, okay?
Yeah.
So it's just like putting yourself online at this point.
You're just sharing your life, bro.
Yeah, you're just sharing your life. So them saying like you need to love this shit, it's like, yes, of course you need to love it, but then who doesn't fucking love whatever the fuck that they're doing? And if you love what you're doing and you put it out there, like of course you're just gonna eventually become successful, you know. So the best advice isn't just like to love what you do, okay? Honestly, the best advice is just probably stick to what you're doing for a long enough time for you to actually pattern recognize what's gonna work for you and what isn't gonna work for you. So for example, like if you don't have like 100 to 150 videos edited and posted, you most likely don't understand enough about the space, okay? Because you need to produce a huge amount to even collect them, like small tiny data sets for you to keep training the model in your own brain. So for example, it's like whenever you're watching like either a podcast, right? It's like, or reading a book, right? It's like most of the book or the podcast that you're watching is going to be 90% full of bullshit. But it's like that 10% that really ends up like changing your life if you implement it correctly. So the same thing about like trial and error, and also the same thing about like producing like hundreds of videos, right? It's like you're just trying to train your own data set to see what works and what doesn't work, to the point where you're going to end up becoming happy because you've succeeded at what you've done and did it well enough for you to actually see it through, you know? So it's definitely a time thing too, because without time, you can't just produce 150 videos and learn off of those 150 mistakes, okay?
And then
so it's just about iterating and learning and just doing it over and over.
To link back to this, like what he said, it's the same concept here, right? Because Larry said that you're not able to compete because you're going off the same data as everyone else. So if you watch the adapt video and you took his advice to heart, you're basically going off of the same data as everyone else is going. Like what Andy said, you need to be able to make videos and edit so that you can train that algorithm in your head and pattern recognize in your brain. It's the same thing here where you're training for the private data, so that you can be better than everyone else.
Sure.
The same shit, bro.
Sure. All right. Laser. Okay, so this is like the laser company that basically they shoot down missiles basically, or they pulse it down. I don't even fucking know. But yeah, lasers. Pretty fucking cool. Is it a good investment though? Mid tier. All right. It's probably good for defense, but then again, like if you're getting like a fucking nuclear fucking huge bomb
You're
coming in
cooked.
at you, bro,
You're
you're cooked regardless. And if they're fucking freezing all your fucking radar sensors, you're still cooked. You
That
know?
laser ain't helping.
That laser ain't fucking helping shit. It's like, what is actually gonna move the needle? What is actually gonna get you towards your objective? You know?
Not the laser.
Logan Paul. Okay, this is what I do want to talk about. Okay, because Nvidia did just announce it. Oh, you read this. Oh.
Nvidia announced $2 billion investment in two companies that most people have never heard of. Coherent and what's that? Lumentum. Lumentum, they don't make GPUs or servers. They make technologies that move data at the speed of light. Right now, AI center have a dirty secret. The chip are fast, but the wires connecting them are not. Copper cables are
Read
becoming.
it clearly so they can.
I am reading clearly.
No, you're not. You're mumbling.
Copper cables are becoming the bottleneck of that could stall the entire AI revolution. Jensen Huang said himself, energy efficiency is our number one priority. The laws of physics about the transporting information, flipping bits and transporting bits, the limits to what we can get done. He's not talking about GPUs anymore, but about the pipes. Coherent and Lumentum build something called the silicon photonics. Instead of pushing data through copper wires, they use laser lights. Instead of pushing data through a copper wire, they use laser light. It's 3.5 times more energy efficient and orders of magnitude faster. And it's the only way to build what Jensen called the gigawatt scale AI factories. Both deals include multi-billion-dollar purchase commitments from NVIDIA, future capacity access rights, new U.S. fabrication facilities, and lock-in supplies for years. NVIDIA isn't just buying components. It's buying the future before anyone else can. Think about what NVIDIA controls now. The GPUs, networking switches, and the optimal connection, holding it all together. This is a vertical integration on a scale we haven't seen since the early days of big oil. One company building the entire nervous system of AI. This is a moat, and the message is to Broadcom, AMD, and every other competitor is clear. NVIDIA is just not making the best chip, it's building the entire machine. And if you don't control the light, you don't control AI.
All right, let's watch what Jensen got to say.
And we want to use more computation to be smarter. And so energy efficiency to do the work is our number one priority. Everything in the end is about how much work you can get done within the limitations of the energy that you have. And so that's a physical limit. And the laws of physics about transporting information and transporting bits, flipping bits and transporting bits, at the end of the day, the energy it takes to do that limits what we can get done. And the amount of energy that we have limits what we can get done.
So basically, he's saying we don't have enough fucking energy. Okay, so then the biggest bottleneck is energy. So then he's trying to make it at its or his chipsets and GPUs more, or the whole stack more energy efficient. Okay, because we don't have enough energy. Okay, great thing.
We're using laser lights.
So using these things called silicon photonics. I think silicon photonics like is from what I remember. Okay, I could be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But it's basically like an Ethernet cable, like the thing that sends out the Ethernet cable's fucking signal. Okay, so it's not like the actual GPU brain chip itself, but it's just like the thing that like spits out the fucking data, you know? So it's just a transmitter basically. And the biggest one in the game is Coherent and Lumentum. I know about Coherent more because they own like they're vertically integrated. They own a lot of the whole stack of that of like from the wires to the transceivers or whatever they call it. But yeah, Coherent they basically manufacture and do all that on their own. Okay?
Are they going up this year?
Lumentum, I don't really know as much. Yeah, Coherent just went up like 13% today, I think.
Wow.
I could be wrong. 15% around there, yeah.
From just one announcement.
So they've been going up for a while. So if you're in this AI space, you already knew about them. Most people that I like follow and research. Like they definitely already knew this about like a week ago. You know, so everybody's already known about this. It's just about time the world has caught up. You know, but there's multiple other stocks like AAOI, Applied Optoelectronics went 20% today. AXTI
22%.
22%.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't remember Lumentum's. Lumentum. Oh, light. Yeah, they're light.
10%.
11%. Yeah. So all these stocks did pretty fucking well this week. It's just this whole hype about these photonics right now, and they all basically are doing the same shit basically. All right. Next. Jason DeWeen. So if you're in the space, you definitely already knew that. That's why you guys have to follow the Discord, okay? Like I'm already like out here making calls for you guys. If you're following the Discord, you would be up fucking 20% already, okay?
Yep.
So, but if you're sleeping and you don't want to join, hey, that's up to you. Totally fine, you know? All right.
Wait, that guy looks familiar. He's the one that does the slapping contest.
Yo, ban SP.
Next. Guys, how is Elon posting every day? I still don't get it. How does he not have one sick day, bro?
He posted a sick day.
Oh shit, Peter Thiel is selling his Palantir shares.
Oh shit.
Whoa. True or false, guys? True or false? Phone read.
Peter Thiel filed Form 144 to sell 2 million for how do you say that? Palantir Class A shares. Around 280 million out of 140 per share under a 10 billion 5-1 plan from a November 2025 pre-schedule, not time to news. He owns 70 million shares total. 3% of Palantir, 2.29 billion outstanding. So this is just 2.8% of his stake. Tiny fraction. This means that classic insider diversification, liquidity at records high, common even for bullish founders, likely to lead minor short-term noise / selling pressure, but negotiable long-term. Palantir momentum should dominate. Thiel still holds massively. So he's selling a portion of it.
So he's holding like 3% of the total of Palantir.
Yeah.
But then in his stake, he's only selling 2.8%. Okay, so that's very small, tiny margin. Okay, but still,
wait, so what is he buying
that
now?
equals 280. 2% for him is $280 million.
That
Insane.
is nah, bro.
Not only that, he's gay. Okay.
So what is he gonna invest into now?
I want to drill that in. He's gay, guys, and he was able to do that. Okay, so all you gay fucks out there that say have that limited mindset, Peter Thiel was gay and he's able to achieve this shit. All right. So for the gays out there,
for the gays
out there,
for the
gays out there, hey, never doubt yourself. Never doubt yourself. You can do anything.
What, bitch?
All right. That's crazy though. 280,000 million.
And that's only a percentage of that shit, bro.
280 million, bro.
So what is he buying now?
See what GG3 got to say, bro. He's staring at the camera.
Understand this very, very simply. The Iranian leadership. Either you leave, you relinquish power peacefully, or you will end up like Gaddafi. Is that abundantly clear to the Iranian leadership? Literally what I told Khomeini and the mullahs in power in 2025. And what happened? Exactly what the I said happened. Play that one more time, because this is how it's done. I'll never get my due credit, but I'm always right. Look at that video. I was right about everything.
Hey.
I said Khomeini would be dealt with. He is. He's gone. He's no longer with us, and the world is a better place because of it. Understand this very, very.
GG33 has made this prediction, and he has made very good predictions. But then again, he has a very good network of people that he's able to understand politics and pattern recognize it very well. So, and understand like the information, you know. So he has like a huge knowledge gap compared to everybody else. So he probably already knew that it was gonna happen, you know. It was just a matter of time till everybody caught up, you know. But he's in like those high elite,
he got that insider
knowledge, you know.
Simply, the Iranian leader house, I would stop smoking weed, which is like a bit of a vice for me. I told myself if I moved in this house, I would stop smoking weed, which is like a bit of a vice for me. I gotta watch that demon. It truly is the devil's lettuce, truly. And I did. And I've been locked in, bro.
Has having more money made you happier?
It's made me more appreciative, which I think manifests itself in like interesting ways. Like it's made me more grateful. Like, bro, I am like glancing outside every so often. Like, I can't believe this is my house. And I'm so grateful for it. And I pray every day and I just thank. And that gratitude is like provides an interesting level of happiness, I think, that like it hasn't gone away. Like, I also am someone who am pretty good at perspective. Which is like
what happens when you're sober, guys.
Easier said than done. But if you can master the art of perspective, like you're sitting in a good spot. But bro, how can I complain about anything in this house? Suffering. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're a billionaire in a beautiful house, and there's people like suffering on the streets, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. You're good.
So what he said about happiness, right? So a lot of people get this mixed up where like they believe happiness comes from some random external factors like owning physical things and all this other shit, right?
Right.
But the core of happiness is honestly just to be fucking grateful. And Logan here stated it perfectly, right? So he's saying like, I'm just grateful for everything I have, like the beautiful house, blah, 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 everything that I've did to get into this position, blah, blah, blah. You know, he's just grateful for everything, you know? And that's like the core root to being happy, you know? It's not even about like, oh, like a lot of people even say like this whole thing where they're like,
oh, you need a mansion to be happy.
Yeah,
you need like a $1 million car. You need like 10 girls to be happy.
Yeah,
you just gotta be grateful.
You just have to be grateful for what you have, regardless of what situation you're in. So even like a lot of people would like strip away joy from like they'll always try to like, compare and strip away joy from you. And even the whole quote of like comparison is the theft of joy. Like none of that is fucking true, bro. Because if you're comparing your young ass self to an 80-year-old man, you know he's gonna be like, oh, I wish I was like the 20-year-old again. Whereas your ass is like, oh, I'm fucking handsome and in my 20s and I have all this energy. Like, why the fuck do I want to be in my fucking deathbed having like a random nurse wipe my ass every fucking 5 minutes because I'm shitting myself in a bed, you know?
Right.
Like, I'm good, bro. It's just that, like, if I compare myself to that, bro, it brings me so much fucking joy, actually, okay? But when people say that strips you of the joy. No, it's not true, bro. Comparison, it can bring joy, actually, okay? It just depends on your perspective, like Logan said, and how grateful you basically are going to be. Next topic.
Why don't the kids say? Listen to what I'm saying, chat.
I mean, he has a point.
I'm listening, but I'm not comprehending.
Hell,
It's
I
like-
just
it's
thought
like when
about this in my brain.
It's like you're a parent, right? You're a parent and you're holding your kid and you tell them, be like, hey, say hi, say dad, say mom. That word say, you know, you have to tell them to say something.
When I used to
Shouldn't
say
they pick
what?
up that word say?
Dada, say dada, say dada. He'd be like, dada,
But not say.
not say.
Dub might be onto some.
Isn't that concerning?
Okay. This is what we're worried about, guys.
So how can we find this next one? Blackstone is publicly traded fund for buying data centers.
Smart. Data centers, guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's no stopping it at this point. Jensen's too powerful.
By 60 to 100 heartbeats per minute in
That's
resting
fucking
adults
fire. What the
through
hell?
a blockage in the coronary vessels. Cells
Wow.
can be damaged or die if not treated. Irreversible
Is this
death
Apple?
of
What
heart
is this?
muscle tissue. The key to recovering is
That
receiving
might be Apple,
treatment
the new one. That's insane.
Spatial computing. Jarvis, pull up
Someone's heart.
Jarvis, pull up fat asses.
Oh yeah, let me zoom
And it's
it
like
in.
jiggling like that.
Zoom it in.
Yeah, I pissed my fucking pants. What the fuck?
He
Alright,
won.
W-Rig.
Illegal. Oh, it's illegal.
Oh, it's illegal. Bro, attack too fast. It's kind of dumb.
Because you're in a fight, you're supposed to like knock the other guy out, right? That's the whole point of a fight. Why is that illegal?
You know what's crazy? He has a snake in the horse.
Smart.
If you know, you know.
Densities. So we can deploy not just today's chip technologies, but also the next generation. As an experienced developer, builder, and operator of data centers, we don't shy away.
Thing for us in terms of mitigating any downside is that the
Why
infrastructure.
does he look like a fucking, like a rat?
A reptile.
Like he doesn't look like human, guys. Am I tripping?
What if he eats rats?
These customers'
He got,
needs,
like, the
while in
gene
some
and
ways
DNA.
it's customized, is largely the same. And so,
Looks like kind of like a Dr. Seuss character almost.
really, when you look at the build out that's happening across the industry, it's a bet on the success of AI. Obviously, we have a great relationship with OpenAI, but there are many different customers that are all going to need this type of infrastructure for many, many years to come. I think there's going to be many winners.
What's like the best AI right now with users wise? What AI has the most users right now?
Grok. ChatGPT. Wow.
This is 2025 though. I don't think that's updated news.
Let's ask Grok.
But even then, like ChatGPT is amazing, guys.
Let's ask Grok.
What
you know.
AI is the most used right now?
He's gonna say himself.
Just give me an answer, bro. Just give me an answer.
Come on, Grok. Well, too much computing into the Starlinks, bro. ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is the most used. It has over 900 million. Dude, they have all the fucking data. Holy shit.
Wow. And what are they gonna do with it? I wonder.
Gemini has 750 million. Meta has 1 billion.
Meta has that much?
Wait. Oh, this is weekly. What the fuck? They mog, bro. This is monthly. We're talking monthly. They're on a whole nother level.
Ooh.
Yeah, ChatGPT is getting all the data. Y'all cooked, bro.
Yeah, no. What's the point of competing anymore?
Yeah, that ass. But it's amazing. ChatGPT is amazing, guys.
Interact via messages. Elon is very mysterious in a way that somehow nobody seems to notice. His real space company,
No one seems to notice. Are you retarded? Everybody notices.
I think, is not SpaceX. It's XAI. It's Grok.
Let's break this down a little more.
Look at the logo for Grok. I think it's like a black hole profile. Look at its slogan, to understand the universe.
So the mission of XAI and Grok is to understand the universe.
I think he's given up on the corruption of science. He keeps talking about the fact that he doesn't like the term researcher. He believes only in engineers. He's constantly really running down scientists. Now, I don't think he doesn't believe in scientists. I think he thinks that science has gotten corrupted and he doesn't want to deal with it. And I think what he's doing is he's building Grok.
Yeah, because only doers get things done. Home Depot, bro.
Science in a time when humans are too corrupt to be truthful and real.
In order to understand the nature of the universe, you must absolutely rigorously pursue truth, or you will not understand the universe. You will be suffering from some amount of delusion or error.
Have you hung out?
Some delusion. Lots of delusion, actually.
About ending its nuclear program? Or is it about China and the future of the dollar as reserve currency? In case you spent the weekend touching grass, Saturday morning Donald Trump bombed Iran, apparently wiping out the leadership who were helpfully having a giant staff meeting for their month.
So he took over Venezuela, Trump. He took over. So Trump took
Iran.
over. No. So Trump took over Venezuela a couple fucking months ago. And then if you were already in the fucking stocks and you knew that the whole capturing thing, you would already be in the stocks and holding till now, you know? And then he does it again with Iran. And then if you look at the charts of like who are the biggest oil producers in the world, okay? So the number one in, I think like top 5 is going to be Iran and Venezuela, okay?
Yeah.
So he's trying to basically control the fucking oil at this point. Like, it's a pattern, bro.
We're falling behind China, bro. He got him.
Yeah. Necessary evil? Probably. But if anything, please invest. Please invest in the solar manufacturing, Trump. Okay, that's what we really need over here. Dead ass. Dude, my boy Yasuo, dude.
Hi, over here. Wrong side of the road. Over here. Come over here. All right, folks. Our first experience with DoorDash, Doc. Hi. Hi. Oh my gosh.
But how do they know that's the right
Takes a lot
person?
of jobs, but it's awesome.
Probably press it on her phone to open.
Pizza. Do you gotta tip him? Do you have to tip him? No tipping. Life sucks
No
for you,
tipping.
dude. Okay.
How you gonna not
Close
tip him,
it.
bro?
Gotta tip the bot, bro.
How you not gonna
You know
tip
what's
him,
gonna
bro?
Bye.
Well, what did he do,
Bye,
bro?
DoorDash guy. See. There you go.
It's technically illegal to have flashing lights like that, multicolored. Technically illegal, guys.
And he's off. Bye.
That's pretty fucking cool, though.
Bro, just like
W DoorDash.
我らが勇気ホメイニは死んだ我らが勇敢なる戦士たちは勝利に次ぐ勝利を重ねているイランの民のために俺は約束したそして今その約束を果たしに来た中東での争いがますます激しくなる中世界は大戦争へと進んでいく まさに第三世界戦争。
Let's not, bro.
God, let's not pray for that.
I'm not getting drafted, bro. Fuck that.
You know you're under 39, you're getting drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Weird? No. You're cooked, gang. Nah, I'm disabled, bro.
I'm disabled too, though.
I'm disabled, bro.
Or makes me more stressed because now I don't know who you're talking to because I fear that you're not talking to anybody.
His breakup.
Some pussy shit, bro. How you rich, young, I want to say handsome, but he's like low key, not bad, but he's not the best. But he's built too, you know. But
he got everything.
The eye gap, though, you know. Jay's I'm trolling, but yeah, he has everything a woman would look for. Go look for the right woman, bro. You wasting your fucking time. How you gonna sit there and mope instead of like actually going towards a solution, you know, that is actually gonna help you? But he's most likely gonna go back to Sakura. Like, I'm 90% sure about it, bro. Most guys do. All right.
Oh my god.
AI. But that shit look cool as hell though.
Earth from space. True or false, guys? Real or fake, guys?
Shit, AI, bro.
Shit real, bro?
AI, bro.
Shit real.
It's getting pulled in.
It's legit kind of cool, though. It's probably what it does look like.
Only one way to find out.
Bro, it's the way to go. I'm telling you.
Come on, Kino. Just do something.
Okay, nice. I gotta go for back.
Now let's watch that.
I want to gamble, bro.
No, let's watch it. So we can
I can't watch it, bro. I wanna play. It's gonna make me want to play, bro.
Please sponsor state.
Is that live?
Hey, Joyce Wolf.
Hi, Mom. Oh, that's cool. Is it streaming?
Yeah, I'm live streaming.
Oh, what's your name?
Connie.
Honey?
Connie Rosie.
One more time.
Connie Rosie.
Connie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yo, hey, Joey Small, what's up, guys?
It's
Happy
Joey.
Sunday, everybody.
I thought I recognized you.
Buff guy out.
That's so funny.
He's a lot shorter than I thought. What the hell?
God bless. Have a great Sunday. Get out there, enjoy the weather if you got good weather. Be cool. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. I knew I wasn't tripping. That is so funny.
Him. Joey Swole on them roids.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Swole checks out Canny. Looks at Canny. No, kidding. He's gonna roast us for that. Joey Swole, bro. Nah, actually, we should clip farm that. Okay, let's clip farm it.
Okay.
Dude, why Joey Swole? He's staring at her when she's bending over, bro.
Oh, that's actually not
Oh,
cool,
hell no.
man.
Now he has to play it off. Now he has to play it off and he's looking into the camera
He
now.
got caught. He got caught.
Bro,
in
he got
4K.
caught and now he's trying to play that shit off.
Joey, what happened to
Joey.
be cool? Huh? Be cool at the gym, man.
Joey.
We know what you're doing. We know your tactics.
We know what you got caught doing. Okay, just say sorry, bro. Just say fucking sorry.
And do better next time.
Do better next time, bro.
Is it streaming?
Yeah, I'm live streaming.
Oh, what's your name?
Connie.
They clip farm.
W clip farm.
And my industry is 40 years old, bro. That's true.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, come on. There's one person that's huge because they were a repost page. I'm 22.
You're 22?
Yeah.
Dude, old as fuck.
What do you mean I'm old as fuck?
Dude, you got a good 2 years left before you got to retire from social media. 25 is where you're done.
Bro, what are you talking about?
You're cooked at 25 on
My
social
comp
media.
right now in my industry is 40 years old, bro. That's true.
Then we're
That
cooked?
is, yeah.
Yeah, come on. There's one.
Depends on what niche you go down. You're going down the brain rot niche like Clav. Yeah, you only got a couple years, bro. Whoa.
The crypto capital of the world. And to that end, last year I signed a landmark.
It's fake news or is it real?
And we've got that market realized.
It's real, but I think this is already old news. Blood. Man, some of this stuff is some bullshit. What the frick is that? Is that a mushroom or is that a peen?
Know what a packer is? That's a packer.
What the
It's
fuck?
intended for girls.
That's huge, guys. It's fucking huge.
That's huge.
Holy shit, that's huge.
I've never seen something that
Holy
big.
shit.
I've never seen something that big.
Parking lot, every Uber ride, every car payment, every auto insurance bill, taxi medallion, gas station, every single way that humans get from one place to another. It all
Nodding over memories.
Bro's reminiscing. He's like, I remember that.
Grumman, Lockheed Martin, and Boeing.
Oh, Northrop Grumman. NOC. That's also a huge stock. Okay,
Damn, it's up
6%
6% today.
They're probably up more, but yeah, it's huge.
So what is that? What is that stock?
They do rocket stuff, if I remember correctly. I'm not
Kratos
100%.
Defense and Solution.
Yeah, Kratos does the drone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Northrop Grumman, I forgot exactly what they do, but I think it's missiles if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Okay, never mind.
They private jet.
They do the jets too. Then
they do everything.
All right, invest into them, guys.
So that's the shit that got shot down.
Facts.
toe to toe with the big guys, saying we are going to build a fighter jet powered by RAI. And guess what? We beat all of them.
He got to say that so he advertises it more hardly. You
So
know?
we invest in that stock or what?
So when everybody invests in Andrew, but so Andrew gets better contracts, but are they really better? I don't know.
Let's gotta find out.
Another thing I wanted to say, it's like to win in these to win at anything, right? You cannot have mercy on anyone, okay? Because the minute you have mercy, bro, is when they're gonna take advantage of that gap that you leave open, okay?
Exactly.
So
that's what happened with the Iranian contract with Obama in 2015. You know,
so if you leave any gaps open, like with this AI shit, like for example, like even in AI, right? Like we're competing against China technically, right?
Especially China.
So if we leave any gaps open, they're gonna come in and take the advantage of that, you know. So then that's why America has to do what we have to do. So then that's why we're going to war with Iran and stuff, you know, so we can cut down the supply chain of China trying to like get to
All
where
the
they
oil
need, you
and
know,
shit like that.
because once they get all that oil, they get all that power, then what? You know, they're gonna train their
Workers.
AI, it gets better, technology gets better for them, and then eventually they end up killing us, you know. That's just how society has always worked. But yeah, it's like at this point, U.S. is showing no mercy to fucking China and Iran because we're literally behind in this AI race because of energy itself, you know. So no mercy to our competitors. The minute you give mercy, though, dude, you lose the war, bro. Lose the war. And they're not trying. And America's trying to keep their lead as number one, you know.
Not to mention the thousands of one-way attack drones that they also have.
You gotta think about like AI, bro. It's not just a thing on a computer anymore, bro. That's like it's gonna literally transform every piece of society, bro.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, he definitely predicted that. I watched that podcast and I remember that. So
Oh, yo.
GG33, he made some good calls. He made a call on Zcash. If you knew about Zcash and you watch his podcast, this is like I say, bro. It's like you watch podcasts is not because you want to know everything that they know, okay? It's more like you're just trying to find the small gold mines of information. So for example, GG33 talked about Zcash very early on.
Yep.
That was like probably like the beginning, no, near the end of last year. It was like whenever we were doing like the tapestry stuff. So we were like on the road a lot, and I would just listen to podcasts while I was on the road, and I would hear him talk about the Zcash, and I would listen to Kathy Wood talk about Bitcoin. It was building all this hype around Bitcoin, crypto, and then also heard him talking about Zcash. So it's like this whole thing, like they were just like marketing crypto like crazy.
Yeah. But now crypto's dying.
Yeah. So if you had invested, AK, like I did during that time, and just like, you know, listen to Gary, you would have just made a shit ton of money too. So you're always just trying to find these gaps in the market, you know?
I would find the most successful consumer AI apps in the US and copy them for the rest of the world. And I would try to like launch them in markets that the US ones are. I had 90 days to make $1 million.
Smart. I think he's the one that owns Flex. I'm not 100% sure. Flex CEO. Finance. Is it Flex? Am I tripping? What is it called? Built? No, Bill is for rent. What the fuck does he own again, guys?
Read the comment. What is
Brain
that?
is not braining. Gurak. Who the hell is this? Who the hell is this? Yeah.
Sam Altman.
That is not Sam Altman, bro.
That's Sam Altman, bro.
That's not Sam Altman, bro.
That is Sam Altman.
Grok's retard, bro. Grok is retarded sometimes. All right, what's his name, bro? I think it's Flex, right? I swear it's Flex. No, it's not Flex.
What it is built?
No, built is by someone else. And Kurt Jane. He built a financial app basically to let you trade currency global. So it's similar to Wise. We'll probably find him if we look up this guy, and people will probably compare him to this guy a lot. So he's probably in here somewhere. founders. Bro, this is why Edge sucks balls, or no, the whatever it's using. I think it's using. Because honestly, Google probably would have told me it. Patrick Collison. He's the one that made Stripe. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer, guys.
Super close.
We're getting closer. We're gonna. Hey, you know who this is?
Zhang
Yamin. One of the most prolific founders of our generation.
What does he do?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Bro, where the hell is he? Hey, all these dudes though, I respect all of them though, but
they ain't the people we're looking for.
I honestly forgot him. Okay, but honestly, but
could have just copy and paste his face into a Google image or something.
Forgot his name, bro. What the fuck? He built. I know what he does. I just don't know his name.
And when all of that, Israel's going to achieve all of it. They're going to topple Iran. And when all of that occurs, Syria, Lebanon will bow. Saudi Arabia will bow. The Abraham Alliance will take shape. And Israel will become the uncontested regional hegemon of the Middle East. They will become a global power. People say they're not going to dominate the Middle East. They're a country of, 12, 16 million people. Israel can bomb Tunisia, no repercussions. Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, no repercussions. West Bank, Gaza, Yemen, no repercussions. Iran, Qatar, no repercussions. If a country can bomb you and you are not allowed to retaliate, then they own you.
He has a point.
True, but they will retaliate. They're not going to retaliate.
Greatest company of all time. Okay. Everything to now is just toy stuff compared to what's coming in the next 5 years. 2026 should be the year of Starship. Space data centers, one of the biggest market opportunities ever. At some point, they're going to land infrastructure on the moon and Mars. Then
kind of crazy.
Time to invest to a SpaceX.
SpaceX going crazy. SpaceX going crazy.
Bro's vibe.
Bitcoin crashes. You don't have to worry about that because it crashed for no reason last week.
It's crashing because of Jane Street and the whole thing going on with Jane Street. So it's not no reason. There is definitely a reason. Bro's too drunk.
Yeah, maybe just don't look at the comments.
Oh God, I didn't know. How I was supposed to know that was a fucking fan page, bro? Ain't a no girl in my wait.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
Where you think Bitcoin is, but also want to talk about how you think about MicroStrategy and your company as a proxy for Bitcoin now that ETFs are available. I want to talk about where you think Bitcoin is, but also want to talk about how you think about MicroStrategy and your company as a proxy for Bitcoin now that ETFs are available to the public.
Sure. Well, I think I'd start just with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is certainly at least digital gold. It's going to eat gold. It's got all of the great attributes of gold, and it's got none of the defects of gold. If you could teleport gold from New York to Tokyo in a few minutes, people would like it. It's going to divert capital from risk asset structural.
Bitcoin, it was a wave.
Just like the volatility attracts capital, and we can then leverage more. It's kind of intelligent because it's convertible debt. It's given our shareholders more Bitcoin per share this week than they had a few weeks ago. So it's very accretive for them. And it's pretty compelling for every investor. If you're Bitcoin curious right now and you want to buy Bitcoin at the all-time high, how do you get the upside in Bitcoin with downside protection? MicroStrategy sold $800 million in debt, and we have 12, 13 billion dollars of Bitcoin on the balance sheet. So we're giving you an over collateralized loan and the upside. But if you're a Bitcoin maximalist and you love Bitcoin and you want to hold it forever, the ETFs charge you 25 basis points. MicroStrategy is accreting. We're giving you a yield against your shares in a tax efficient fashion. So the maximalists like the equity. The hedgers, they kind of like the upside with downside protection. The traders love the vol. You know, we've got 100 vol asset here, and they just like the vol. So we're unique because you can't really trade options on the ETFs. And an ETF isn't going to issue a convertible bond with upside to Bitcoin, but downside.
Wake up in the middle of the night.
No, there's recognized and trusted.
Bitcoin has too much market manipulation still, especially with the whole scandal with Jane Street going on. So that Bitcoin is still not gonna do well anytime, guys.
Yep.
Probably not a good time to hold, guys. Not a good
Sell.
time.
Let me go file.
Unless you bought it at 60,000 and then you sold it, like some people do. AKA me. Fuck.
Complaint at the fucking Third Temple. You know, let me go file a complaint at One World Trade Center and the monument to their satanic sacrifice.
Holy shit.
$1 billion U.S. radar at Al Udeid base in Qatar. The FPS-132 upgraded early warning radar is a massive long-range ballistic missile detection system with a claimed range of up to 5,000 kilometers. It's designed to spot targets all across the Gulf, but it was destroyed by a single Iranian Shahed drone that cost only a fraction of the radar's price. This satellite image just revealed what the Iranian drone did to the $1 billion U.S. radar at Al Udeid base in Qatar. The FPS-132
To be Iranian. All right. I'm Myron, bro.
Bro went to Party City and got a toy AK-47 for this bit and got some toy dynamite for this.
You gotta give it to Myron, bro. This dude's on crack, dude.
Let Unc cook.
Anything for the views, guys. Anything for the views at this point.
I'll have some fun. He always does his camera switch, but it's angled too low, so he has to squat down to dance in frame. What else is this camera used for? Let him have fun. He's having his.
Bro, he's having a midlife crisis, Myron. Jesus. That's what it kind of looks like.
Said, I'll have a whiskey. And Tristan goes, whiskey, that's unusual. She said, yeah, I'll have whiskey. I want Blue Label too. And you said, why? You don't even appreciate different whiskeys. You just want the expensive one. She goes, I do appreciate different whiskeys. And you said, I have to go, and left. Blue Label is for old distinguished gentlemen like me who smoke and are racist. Yes, exactly. You are refusing to do either of those things. Sitting there wanting to drink the expensive whiskey to prove some kind of ridiculous point. You do not belong here. Yeah. I'm wondering why they think we're misogynistic. The coolest things I ever saw you do. We were in Dubai and we were.
Rage bait. Whoa.
What is happening?
King Henry royal duties. Hey, my man gotta do what he gotta do. I got electrocuted.
Vance to be the vice president. He said that he wants to give Israel the weapons they need to bomb Iran and destroy their nuclear program. We voted for Donald Trump because we don't want any more wars in the Middle East, and we don't want to.
Well, how much of the peace protector everybody voted for? Dead ass.
He changed, bro.
Changed. He got bought out by fucking Israel. Pretty good. All right, guys, we're done with this fucking podcast. This episode.
There's no new current event, you know.
Anything more? We're gonna leave it at that. Okay. Make sure you guys check out our YouTube. It's Professor Andy. It's we're gonna clip it up. So make sure you tune in there. Subscribe. You know. Make sure you follow.
Make sure you join the Discord server. Okay.
Join the Discord.
If you want Finance Max, you join the Discord server.
Facts. If you want Finance Max and you just want me to do your homework for you, join the Discord server. Okay. You can get the not free. Okay, but we'll have free discussions. But if you guys want the secret access, you gotta
pay for
you gotta go through the paywall. All right. But other than that, make sure you follow the Twitch, follow the Kick, follow the YouTube,
follow
all of the